On a remote coastal village, whispers of an ancient terror resurfaced as fishermen began to disappear without a trace. Rumors spread of a monstrous creature lurking beneath the depths of the sea, a beast so old and malevolent that it was said to be older than time itself. As the disappearances continued, fear gripped the village. Desperate families mourned their lost loved ones, and the authorities struggled to explain the phenomenon. Some believed it to be a mere legend, while others were convinced that an unimaginable horror had risen from the ocean's depths. Amidst the growing chaos, a reluctant hero emerged, Captain Daniel Harding, a grizzled old sailor who had survived encounters with sea monsters in his youth. He was haunted by his past experiences, but a sense of duty compelled him to confront the new threat that had terrorized his home. As Captain Harding and his crew set sail, they uncovered eerie signs of the sea monster's presence. Gigantic, barnacle-encrusted scales washed ashore, and eyewitnesses described nightmarish glimpses of a colossal, serpentine form lurking beneath the waves. The sea monster's attacks escalated, and a battle between man and monster ensued. Desperate fishermen fought valiantly, but the creature's power and cunning proved overwhelming. In the midst of the chaos, the ocean swallowed more souls, leaving behind only shattered vessels and ghostly echoes of despair. In the hope of unraveling the sea monster's origins, Captain Harding stumbled upon a cache of ancient journals and manuscripts that told of an age-old curse. The writings spoke of a vengeful sea deity, an entity known as Leviathan's Wrath, said to punish humanity for its hubris and plundering of the ocean's depths. As the crew delved deeper into the mysteries of the sea, they grew increasingly uneasy. They spoke of ominous dreams and strange, ghostly apparitions aboard their ship. Nightmares of the sea monster tormented them, and paranoia threatened to tear the crew apart. As they ventured further from the safety of the village, the crew faced a relentless onslaught of terror. The sea itself seemed to conspire against them, with powerful storms and monstrous waves testing their resolve. Madness festered in the shadows, threatening to consume them all. Determined to end the sea monster's reign of terror, Captain Harding and his crew embarked on a perilous hunt. Armed with harpoons and ancient incantations, they plunged into the abyss, where the creature was said to dwell. In the murky depths, the crew encountered the sea monster, a behemoth of nightmarish proportions. With its colossal tentacles and gleaming, malevolent eyes, it was a sight that defied comprehension. The battle that unfolded was a harrowing struggle for survival against an ancient evil. In the heart of the abyss, the crew discovered a hidden realm, an otherworldly abyssal city of cyclopean architecture and eerie luminescence. Here, the true horror of the sea monster's origins was unveiled, as they uncovered its connection to a malevolent sea deity and the ancient curse that bound them together. With their understanding of the sea monster's curse deepening, the crew embarked on a perilous ritual to sever the creature's connection to the vengeful sea deity. But the ritual required them to confront their darkest fears and traumas, plunging them into a nightmarish ordeal that tested their sanity. The ritual triggered a cataclysmic showdown between Captain Harding and the sea monster, with the fate of the village and its people hanging in the balance. As the ancient curse unraveled, the sea itself rebelled, unleashing a devastating maelstrom. In a final epic confrontation, Captain Harding and the sea monster clashed in a battle of titanic proportions. The abyss itself seemed to rebel, as the ocean's fury unleashed a cataclysmic storm of colossal waves and roiling currents. In a heart-wrenching moment of selflessness, one member of the crew made the ultimate sacrifice to complete the ritual. Their act of bravery and sacrifice offered a glimmer of redemption to the sea monster, whose malevolent grip on the world began to wane. As the sea monster's monstrous form dissolved into the depths, the ocean calmed, and the malevolent force that had plagued the village dissipated. The threat had been vanquished, but the memory of the horrors they had witnessed would forever haunt the crew. Despite their victory, the crew knew that the malevolent force they had faced would forever haunt their memories. The sea monster had left an indelible mark on their lives, and they carried the weight of their experiences with them. Years later, as the village tried to move on from their traumatic experience, they received a cryptic message hinting at a resurgence of the malevolent force. It seemed that the sea monster was not truly defeated, and a new generation of villagers would soon be drawn into its web of darkness. The village rallied, determined to confront the sea monster once more. They knew that the battle against the ancient evil was far from over, and that the darkness that lurked in the abyss would always find a way to return. The second encounter with the sea monster would prove to be even more harrowing. Captain Harding and the villagers, armed with newfound knowledge and determination, embarked on a perilous descent into the abyss. The darkness seemed thicker, and the waters colder, as if the abyss itself resisted their intrusion. As they ventured deeper, the sea monster's attacks grew fiercer. Enormous tentacles rose from the depths, smashing their vessels to pieces. The crew fought valiantly, with harpoons and torches illuminating the dark waters, but the creature's sheer power threatened to overwhelm them. In the heart of the abyss, the crew encountered an eerie phenomenon, a haunting, collective whisper that resonated through the water. The whispers spoke of ancient atrocities, forgotten secrets, and the sea monster's insatiable hunger. Madness clung to the words, and it became clear that the abyss itself was a sentient, malevolent entity. As they pressed on, the crew was ensnared by a mesmerizing melody that emanated from the abyss's depths. Hypnotic and seductive, the song drew them deeper into the darkness. It was the sea monster's sinister call, and it threatened to lure them to their doom. As they continued their journey, paranoia and madness gripped the crew once again. The relentless pressure of the abyss, the haunting whispers, and the mesmerizing song all took their toll. Hallucinations and delusions shattered their sanity, and they turned on each other in fits of hysteria. In the inky blackness, the crew finally came face to face with the sea monster. Its grotesque form, larger and more nightmarish than ever, loomed in the darkness. With savage intelligence, it unleashed a barrage of supernatural powers, summoning violent currents and monstrous minions to defend itself. The sea monster, in a display of its horrifying power, conjured a cataclysmic tempest that sent the ocean into turmoil. Enormous waves and treacherous whirlpools threatened to swallow the crew whole. The relentless maelstrom was a testament to the creature's malevolence, and the crew fought desperately to stay afloat. With their vessels battered and their strength waning, the crew devised a desperate plan. They would use an ancient relic, a talisman said to have the power to bind the sea monster, in a final bid to defeat the creature. The ritual would require them to confront their deepest fears and traumas in the abyss's darkest depths. The ritual triggered a cataclysmic showdown between Captain Harding and the sea monster. The abyss itself rebelled, as the ocean's fury unleashed a devastating maelstrom. The crew, bound by their determination, fought fiercely alongside their captain in a final epic confrontation. In a last, desperate gambit, Captain Harding used the ancient talisman to challenge the sea monster's dominance. The ocean itself seemed to rebel against the creature, with colossal waves and raging currents. The final battle was a chaotic clash of elemental forces, where the fate of the world hung in the balance. In a climactic, heart-wrenching moment, Captain Harding made the ultimate sacrifice to complete the ritual and bind the sea monster. His act of heroism and selflessness offered a glimmer of redemption to the creature, whose malevolent grip on the world finally waned. As the sea monster's monstrous form dissolved into the depths, the ocean calmed, and the malevolent force that had plagued the village for generations dissipated. The threat had been vanquished, but the memory of the horrors they had witnessed would forever haunt the survivors. Despite their victory, the villagers knew that the malevolent force they had faced would forever haunt their memories. The sea monster had left an indelible mark on their lives, and they carried the weight of their experiences with them. Years later, as the village tried to move on from their traumatic experience, they received a cryptic message hinting at a resurgence of the malevolent force. It seemed that the sea monster was not truly defeated, and a new generation of villagers would soon be drawn into its web of darkness. The villagers, now seasoned by their previous encounters, returned to the depths of the abyss, determined to confront the sea monster once more. They knew that the battle against the ancient evil was far from over, and that the darkness that lurked in the abyss would always find a way to return.